Again, your first speaker is Regina Imburgia.
Good morning. Welcome back into session. I'm here again to talk about fluoride, and I gave you all a binder. And basically, a lot of what I want to say today is about the risks. There's a lot of risks involved with adding hydrofluorosilicic acid to our water. And it's not just the typical ones you hear an awful lot about. I'm thinking about even Penco, their chemical plant caught on fire. It was May 14th, Channel 5, the Dallas-Fort Worth News picked it up. These accidents can happen. And when this hydrofluorosilicic acid reaches 227 degrees, it creates a very corrosive, deadly fumes. So if we looked at the fact that our Dallas water, the raw water, has 0.5 parts per million in the water already, and like to use the words of some people, that you're thinking about tweaking it to 0.7 parts per million, is it worth the risk? The risk for even the people that are handling it. This is a Class 8, it's the highest of all the hazardous materials. It's Class 8. And so we all know that there's Kenneth Del Rango, I guess is his name, with the water department. When I was talking about how strong this is and everything, he said, well, why aren't you talking about the other things we're putting in the water? They're stronger and they cost more money. And I said, because the other things that are being put in the water are put there to make the water safer. That's what they're in there for. Fluoride is just put in there for the supposed benefit of making the teeth stronger. But where is the proof? Where is the proof? They've talked about it, and you hear the same sentence repeated all the time, that the CDC says that this is one of the greatest, discoveries. But where is it that they prove that it's safe and effective? We need to look at the risks that are involved. So in this binder, real quickly, there is a section that'll show you, and there's research papers on all the different health risks that are involved too. You can flip through there, and a lot of them are listed. And one thing about being a person who's anti-fluoride like this, you get called names, and if you guys stand up, and you might get called names. Sheffy Gadane was called names. But that's because we're going against status quo. Please look at it. I beg you, because I care about the city. I care about the health of the people. I care about you guys. The liability that you're getting involved with, is it really worth the benefit? Let's see. I got 25 more seconds, so I'm going to try to say something more. Okay, the precautionary rule says, when in doubt, leave it out. Okay? So all you need is a little bit of doubt. Just any amount of doubt. Anything that could cause you a little concern, you guys as leaders are supposed to hang on to that and be the watch guard between us and the problem. 5 seconds and counting. All right, guys, I'm not giving up on this. So I know you got to be looking into it to purchase more, and it's zero limit. So thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Your next speaker, Dominique Alexander. Dominique Alexander.
Oh, excuse me. Mr. Cadane.
Yeah, I just want to thank you so much for what you're doing on this and for coming and bringing this down to us. And I do feel adamant about what you're giving us. I think we are naturally fluoridated with up to 5 parts per million, and why should we do more? I mean, why? Because the government says, oh, you can go up to 7. Why do we have to go up to the top dollar? And the fluoride they're putting in there is not pharmaceutical fluoride. It's junk fluoride. So I think we need to really look at what you're saying, and we can turn around and save the water department $1 million. So thank you for coming up with that, and I appreciate it very much.
Thank you,
Hopefully we can. Thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Cadane. Next speaker.
Dominique Alexander. Dominique Alexander is not present. Joe Stokes. Mr. Stokes will be followed by Dolores Phillips.
Mr. Mayor, I'm a retired public school teacher.
Great. Thank you.
Experts told you Vioxx was safe, told you a daily aspirin was safe. They recommended experts approved BPH in plastics, and they steered you away from the natural vitamin D in sunlight. At one time, experts promoted cigarette smoking. FDA does not regulate fluoride. That's been turned over to the Environmental Protection Agency. The EPA reverses itself on fluoride. For decades, fluoride had been marketed and heralded as essential for good dental hygiene and used in most toothpastes and mouthwashes. In addition, parents have been routinely encouraged to give their kids cavity-fighting fluoride treatments when they visit the dentist. Beginning in the late 1940s, aided by mass industry-led lobbying campaigns, the government encouraged municipal water authorities to add fluoride to their community's drinking water. According to the Centers for Disease Control, the CDC, approximately 70% of the U.S. population ingest fluoride through their community drinking water. Today, they want this percentage to continue to climb. This is in stark contrast to other developed European nations where fluoride is rarely added to drinking water. Britain provides only about 10% of their population with fluoridated water. The experts and the government told us fluoride would strengthen tooth enamel, help prevent tooth decay, and is, of course, perfectly safe. Community water fluoridation is an equitable, cost-effective, and cost-saving method of delivering fluoride to most people, so they said. But that was then, and this is now. In a surprising reversal last month's EPA, this was from 2009, announced that it intends to lower the maximum amount of fluoride in drinking water because of growing evidence supporting the chemical's possible deleterious effect to children's health. In 2006, the National Academy of Sciences reports found that dental fluorosis caused by too much fluoride capable of putting children at risk of developing other dental problems, including the breakdown of tooth enamel and discoloration and pitting. January's EPA recommendation reversal was made following a revised risk assessment study that found 2 out of 5 adolescents had tooth streaking and spottiness and some pitting as a result of excessive fluoride. In addition, other studies have found excessive ingestion of fluoride capable of increasing the risk of brittle bones and leading to fractures and debilitating bone abnormalities. There's always been fluoride critics who question the chemical safety and challenge the decision to use fluoride in municipal drinking water. According to the LA Times back in 2005, the heads of 11 EPA unions, including those representing the agency's scientists, demanded that EPA reduce the permissible level of fluoride in water to 0. And I'm running out of time. I'm going to say that you've been provided with research, and if you don't look, then I consider that a dereliction of your duties.
Thank you.
Thank you.